refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like told me, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
What's up? What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing today? Welcome to Dave's Doghouse, Season 2, Episode 14. Got a great show coming for y'all today. We got somebody finally coming out of the doghouse today. We got some new inductees into the doghouse. And, of course, we got some dogs in the week, and we got the big dog. NBA Finals, Game 7 tomorrow. I know y'all can't wait for that game. It's been a really great series so far. Two really good teams that play defense, play good offense. I can't wait for Game 7 tomorrow. It's gonna be exciting to see exactly who wins it. And this the sad part is it's the last game of the NBA season, so that's gonna be the only sad part about it. But we still got the WNBA that's playing right now. Some exciting basketball. The New York Liberty has been balling. Alyssa Thomas been balling for the Mercury. I'm telling y'all, man, it's been some really good stuff going on so far. And no, the Pacers are not at home. Pacers are on the road. OKC was the best team in the NBA. So to answer your question, no, they are not at home. OKC is at home. They have the best record in the NBA all year. The only team with 68 wins. So OKC is at home. That was Thursday. Thursday was their last home game of the year. So for the season. What's going on, my guy? What's up, Johnny, man? You need to watch the show you need to watch our show from yesterday. You need to watch our show from yesterday because we had some words for your boy Braun. So you might want to watch the show yesterday. But I always appreciate when you support my guy. Of course. I gotta appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. But I don't want to hold y'all for too long. We got some really good things to talk about. I'm gonna give you a little hint over who's gonna be the big dog. Because the big dog is somebody who's doing something phenomenal in baseball right now. And I'm gonna tell you, no, it's not Denzel Clark. So I talked about him on my last show. So definitely. Yeah, definitely check it out. My guy Joe, I can't forget about this. Today is my guy Joe's birthday. So happy birthday, Jody. Turned 35 today. If y'all watched, the reel that he posted already today, you saw my man had the shades on yesterday, celebrating his birthday today. So please give a birthday shout out to my boy Jody. He's the one that started this whole R2L network. So happy birthday, my guy. Today is going to be fun. So like I said, y'all, we got somebody finally coming out of the doghouse today. And what I call this segment is finally out. Finally, it's about time. Been here for so long. And if y'all look at this picture, y'all go see some people was in here. They're like, dang, they still in there? Yeah, sorry, they still in there. But just look at the list. And yes, I mean, you might need a little bit of glasses or something because it's a lot of people. You know, I could just go through a couple. I mean, you got the Pittsburgh Steelers in here. I mean, they just signed Aaron Rodgers. Maybe they should be out. No, we got to wait till the season starts. James Harden's there. We saw what he did in the playoffs. Another folding season. Can't say he's on the same level as Dwayne Wade no more. Get him up out of here. Mike Malone is up in here. Colin Cowherd. It's so many people in the doghouse that have not gotten out yet. But we got one lucky candidate coming out the doghouse today. And who might that be? Well, I'm going to give y'all just a little hint. I don't normally do this, but there's a reason why they're my favorite baseball team. You know, out of everyone in the baseball chat, we are the last ones to win a World Series title. You know, 2018, it was a while ago. Don't get me wrong. It was a while ago. But, you know, that's the last time we've seen someone in the chat win a World Series title. And honestly, since the chat started, no one has won a World Series title. But the Tigers are doing well. The Yankees are doing well. Yankees lead the AL East. So that's it. But the Red Sox are out of the doghouse. Why are the Red Sox out of the doghouse? Well, they won 10 of their last 12 games. That is something that was needed because the Red Sox were not a consistent winning team. They previously had a 6-game win streak. That's the longest since April. April of this year was the last time the Red Sox had a 3-game winning streak. Just 3. And so far, we've won 10 of our last, like I said, we won 10 of our last 12. Out of the last 6 series, we won 5. 5 of the last 6 series, we won that. We've won 4 series in a row. It could be 5. And then if you look at what happened yesterday, going against Rafi Devers, the guy who was formerly the face of the Boston Red Sox, who is now, you know, he's now with the San Francisco Giants. And yesterday, in his debut against his former team, the Boston Red Sox, he went over 5 and he got struck out by 104 miles per hour fastball by Aroldis Chapman. So that's a good one right there. Not even just that, though. There's something else that was going pretty well for the Red Sox during that time. And a 6-game stretch that involved playing against the Yankees. And also, I gotta say this as well. The Red Sox are 5-1 against the Yankees so far this season, and we don't play them again until August. We have 2 more series we play against them, and that's about it. The Red Sox were unhittable in this 6-game stretch where the starting rotation only had a 0.89 ERA in those 6 games. Only allowed 4 earned runs in the last 40.1 innings. That's not including the most recent ones. This was just during that stretch. This is against the Yankees. Giolito didn't allow a run in his last 12 innings pitched. And Walker Buehler only allowed 3 earned runs in his last 7. That was before he played against the Seattle Mariners, where they pretty much bombarded him in that game. But the Red Sox are out of the doghouse right now because they're actually playing a lot better right now, and they hold the last spot in the AL wildcard race right now. So is it dog worthy? No. It's not dog worthy, but it's enough to get them out of the doghouse. So they got to continue to keep this going on if they want to become dogs. But for right now, they get some grace. They're out of the doghouse. So, you know, Red Sox, thank you. I can finally say a little bit of something positive about you guys. But this is only lasting for this segment. So, welcome for being out of the doghouse. All right, now we get to the ugly part of the show, I guess, if you want to say it. It could be the ugly or the funny part, whichever one you decide is fine with me. I call it Puppy Chow. And let me get back to the original background. The new background that I've chosen to do because, you know, it's, you know, if for those who don't know, if you don't pay attention to the background. It's literally someone that has a dog in them, as if the X-ray scan. Y'all seen the picture before, but that's the new. I just feel like it's more fitting than what I had before. So this week's candidates that are going into the doghouse. This first one I literally just talked about. Just a couple of days ago, we talked about how this guy was very frustrating for this franchise and how things just don't seem as if they are going into the direction of winning. As far as being able to compete in their division, compete in their conference, and to go and compete for championships. And I talked about this guy who just played against his former team. But I have to talk about the guy who's been running everything. This is Craig Breslow. Craig Breslow for the Boston Red Sox has been very frustrating for this franchise. Simply because some of the things that continue to go on just seems like this is something that continues to happen for the Boston Red Sox. Mookie Betts was one where you traded him away and he was frustrated when you could have kept the guy here, and who knows what could have happened. We could have won another World Series title with him here. He won 2 after he left. One just last year, and then he won the other one in 2020. So he won 2 since he left. We haven't been back there since he left. And then the guy we just traded recently, Rafael Devers, was the hottest guy on the offense, and you trade him away for scraps. First of all, the pitcher that was supposed to be considered a starting pitcher for the Red Sox automatically got sent to AAA as soon as you traded for him. Then the other 2 guys are prospects. One of them who was, I want to say, I guess, 4th overall prospect when it comes to the Pirates. Okay, I guess that's fine. But you didn't even inquire like any other really. You inquired with 3 other teams. It was the Padres and a couple of other teams, but it wasn't something to where it was just like, all right, I guess it's okay. You didn't get back much. You didn't get back much for what he gave up. For what you gave up for Rafael Devers. I understand you want to get out of that contract, but it's not. We can't keep saving money. I hope whatever you're doing is you're planning to use that money to sign Roman Anthony to give him an extension and to sign Alex Bregman, because it would make no sense for you to bring him in just to let him go next year, because he's going to opt out of that contract because he can get more money somewhere else. I mean, the Tigers offered him more money. You don't think he can go out there again and get more money again? Sign him to the contract that he deserves. Just do that. The only other way I would think that we would win this is if you go for a guy like a Kyle Tucker. Not saying that it's absolutely going to happen, but you got to at least go try. And I hope this is not the last move that you're going to do for the trade deadline. We just traded another guy away for cash to the Dodgers. So we're giving the Dodgers more help. Whether it helps them or not, I don't know. But we just gave the World Series defending champions more help just to save money. What are we going to do with that money? Are we going to go trade for some other guys? Are we focused on winning? Because you said that we will look back at this and say that we won this trade. Well, I don't know anyone that's saying that right now. Now, this is not to say that Rafael Devers doesn't deserve any blame for how this whole thing went down, because he does. And this is not solely on what you did with Rafael Devers. This is just how you continue to handle the money part. Because it's, like I said, it seems to me that you don't necessarily care about winning, that you care more about saving money. And we've been saving money for the longest time. At the end of the day, we need to win. That is what the Red Sox are about. They're about competing for World Series titles. The moves you're pulling doesn't seem like you're focused on doing that, at least for not this season, which makes no sense, because we all thought that the Red Sox would be, we go and trade for Gary Crochet. We go and get Aroldis Chapman. We go sign Alex Bregman. I mean, it looks like we were making moves to get us in there. And before this win streak, we looked terrible. We went from 2 to all the way to 4 in the division. And at one point, we lost 6 of 7 games. But your focus is not helping us win right now. We are winning right now, so don't get me wrong. We're winning right now. But Alex Bregman, it's for me, it seems like you more care so about how you feel about things than how things actually work out for the team. Because there were times where, I mean, they even said that you fired a guy after what he said about you on the Zoom call. And I understand it. There are certain things that you can't do. You can't talk bad about, can't talk bad about your best guys. You can't talk bad about your boss. I understand that. But come on, man. And Devers did call you out, which was not good, but come on. You got to at least get a better deal than that. You can't tell me that that's the best deal that you got out there. This is, like I said before, this is feeling like a Luka Doncic kind of type of trade where you just wanted to just get him out the door, which doesn't make a lot of sense. Now, like I said, if we land something that makes more sense that helps us continue winning, you won't be in here that long. But Craig Breslow, you are in the doghouse. My guy, you in the doghouse. Next, this duo has been one of the best duos we've seen in a while in the league. One of them, well, it's crazy that they're both being compared to two of the greats to have ever played, and probably the best duo to have ever played in this game. Of course, the duo that has the greatest of all time, and the guy who most people try to say the greatest of all time wouldn't have won if this guy wasn't on the team. Scotty and Mike, and the MVP of the league this year has been compared to him a lot. And then as of late, his second option has been compared to Pippen. Yes, SGA and J-Dub are in the doghouse today. After that last performance, I can't really say that you guys have zeroed in on the focus on winning the title. Now, I understand that there is a game to be played tomorrow night. You guys are at home. You haven't lost on a Sunday. You're 4-0 on a Sunday in this postseason. The OKC Thunder haven't lost a game 7 in their history. Even when they were the Supersonics, they haven't lost a game 7. So things are looking good for you, but that last game was not good at all. SGA, you had more turnovers than made field goals in that last game. That is absolutely terrible. You did not play well. It seemed like you were more so focused on trying to win the Finals MVP in that game instead of focused on winning the game. And then Jalen Williams, there were a lot of people saying that you were possibly the best second option in the league. I'm sorry, LeBron James is still in the league. Jaylen Brown is still in the league. We can't give you the best second option in the league because you have a 40-point game in the NBA Finals. What about the other playoff series that you had? And then in the last game, after you have a 40-point game, you end up having the worst plus minus in NBA Finals history at minus 40. That won't cut it. That will not cut it whatsoever. That is just not good at all, J-Dub. That's not how you play. You guys got to come in with a lot more focus if you guys are going to come in on Sunday and win that championship in your home state. Y'all have to play with better effort than that. Got to come with better focus. And then I know SGA said that it was more so about what we did, not what they did. I mean, yes, that is true. That is a part of the truth. And giving them credit, playing really good defense. They were much more focused, much more hungry. But you guys play a little bit too relaxed. That wasn't a hungry OKC defense that I'm normally seeing. It's normally led by you two guys, along with Lou Dort, of course, and Case and Wallace. So it's just y'all got to play better. You two are the two best guys on the team. SGA, you are the MVP of the league this year, and deservingly so. And I've gone out my way to defend you sometimes because a lot of people call you a free throw merchant, not knowing that you're not even top 10 in free throws in the playoffs in history. So, the numbers don't speak to it. And even if people watch the game for it doesn't speak to you being a free throw merchant. But you got to play better than having 8 turnovers in that game. That's inexplicable. You can't play like that. And J-Dub, after having that type of a game, you can't come out and play flat like that. Not if you want to win the NBA championship. Now, I know this is your guys' first time being in the NBA Finals, and so it is with the Pacers, other than Pascal Siakam and I think Benedict Mathurin. I believe he was on the same team with the Boston Celtics that went to the finals to play against the Warriors. But this can't happen. Oh, and Thomas Bryant, because Thomas Bryant won the title with the Denver Nuggets. But Alex Caruso is the guy on that team that has a lot of experience, and he continues to play well. You guys got to step up. You can't play like that in a game where the other team has their backs against the wall. Now you got to do or die game at home. And I won't say this is the last time you guys will have an opportunity to be like this, because I think the way your team is built, you'll always have an opportunity as long as you guys stay healthy. But this opportunity doesn't come often a lot. There aren't a lot of teams that get to the NBA Finals and come back. So y'all have to take advantage of this opportunity. You have to take advantage of this opportunity and come out and play on fire tomorrow in Game 7. Because if not, the Pacers will blow you guys out like they did in Game 6. Because the Pacers are not a team to play with. And I've been saying that this entire time. You cannot let them play their game. You let them play their game, then just say it's cooked for you. So, SGA and J-Dub, you're in the doghouse. My guy, you're in the doghouse. Carl, if you're somewhere watching, this may be a little bit something for you. Don't know. But a team that you've been talking about that honestly hasn't been playing very well at all this year. Has some bright spots, of course, because one of their players is one of the brightest young players in the majors right now. They have 2 really good guys on that team right now. I know James Wood is the most people talk about, but I'm talking about the Washington Nationals. So Joe, Vaughn, Tomo, all Nationals fans, I'm sorry. I'm a homer, and I want the Nationals to do well. But like I said, I'm a Red Sox fan. So this is just me being objective. Not including last night. Not including the game from yesterday where you lost against the Dodgers. The Nationals in their last 10 games have an ERA of 5.26. Not good. 52 earned runs during that time and giving up 22 home runs in that stretch in the last 10 games. Not good. 1-9 now, if you count last night, 1-10 in their last 11 games, and batted .237 as a team in their last 10 games. That's not good. And then the series you lost against the Mets, you lost against the Marlins, and then you lost a series against one of the worst team in the league in the Colorado Rockies, a team that I already put in the doghouse. So it's just not going well for you guys right now. And then your manager says it's not on the coaches. So now he's putting all the blame on the players. Now, I believe that there's blame to go towards both parts. But you only blame the players? You take no accountability for this? Absolutely none? No accountability for this? Come on. That's you can't do that. Some of it is the coach's fault. You got to know when to put pitchers in at the right time, when to let you guys go the distance, who to have in this lineup, who to sit, who to start. Yeah, coaches have a lot to do with this too. It is not just on the players. It's not. And the Nationals have a young core. You know, they traded away Juan Soto and got a lot of picks for that. But they haven't been winning since. They haven't. I don't think they've been to the playoffs since they won the World Series. Maybe once, possibly, but I can't recollect the last time the Nationals were considered a really good team in the National League. They look absolutely horrible right now. I'm sorry. And it's not the offense. You can't stop anyone from scoring. You'll get some hits from James Wood and CJ Abrams. You'll get that. But where's everything else at? You guys gotta improve somewhere else. And I know you got the number 1 overall pick this year. More than likely, it's gonna be Ethan Holiday. It's Ethan or Jackson. I can't remember which brother it is, but you're gonna get the brother of one of the Holiday brothers. And if you pass on him, it ain't gonna make sense. But you're gonna get him. What else are you going to do to put this team in a winning position? Are you going to get rid of the GM? Because he's putting the players under the bus. He putting the players under the bus. So are you going to move on? What's going to happen? I don't know. But you're going to be considered, I don't know, maybe the Utah Jazz of the of the league. The Charlotte Hornets. I don't know, because you drafting guys and not really doing too much. You at least got to get to the playoffs, Washington. Like, come on, you the hometown team. Do something, please. Because right now it's only like the Mystics and the Capitals are really doing something for Washington and the Commanders. Commanders were in the NFC Championship this year. First time in about 30 years. But, I mean, come on, y'all. Come on. Your Nationals can't continue to be this bad. And me not say nothing about it. Like, I could literally just let it, I let it slide for a good little while now. And I've had this show for about 2 years. And now I just can't. I can't. Because I saw the vision, but now I'm blind. I saw the vision at first, but now I can't see it. I'm Stevie Wonder out here. I can't see it. So, Nationals, you in the doghouse. My guy, you in the doghouse. I don't know what to tell you. Do better. Now, I get to talk about the dogs of the week. And soon to be the big dog. Very, very, very first candidate. As I said, the WNBA season is upon us right now. And there are some really good games that have been going on and some really good players that need to be talked about. I talked about Alyssa Thomas already, how she's playing pretty well. She will be featured on my show soon. Because the Phoenix Mercury are 4-0 since she got back. So you got to talk about her. And please give her some votes. She needs to be in the All-Star game. The Mercury are that good because she is playing right now. Like, come on, put her in the All-Star game, please. You know, I've talked about Angel Reese before, Caitlin Clark, of course, Paige Beckers. You know, shout out to Kylie Charles for the Dallas Wings, who's continuing to play well. Now she's getting her opportunity to play in the WNBA. You know, Skylar Diggins had a great game last night, put up 24 points. So I mean, it's some ballers in the WNBA. Y'all really need to be watching and stop only watching just because of Caitlin Clark. I mean, the Golden State Valkyries are supporting their team. They are on verge of making $55 million this year because they have the number one attendance in the WNBA, not the Fever, the Golden State Valkyries, and that's the brand new team. And they are surprising a lot of people. Shout out to Kate Martin and those girls, those ladies up in Golden State. But who I'm here to talk about today is Sabrina Ionescu. Now, I understand her last game, she only had 16 points. I believe she was 3 of 16 from the field, 1 of 10 from 3. So I understand that was not a good game. I understand 100%. But this is what she has been doing so far this year. She joined Kelsey Plum with her, Paige Beckers, and Kelsey Plum and Sabrina Ionescu are the only guards to rank in the top 10 league-wide in points, assists, and steals. And to start the season, she is one of only 2 guards, Brady Sykes, shout out to the Washington Mystics, and Ryan Howard from the Atlanta Dream. She is one of only those, her and those 2 other guards are the only 3 guards in the WNBA this season to have multiple 30-point performances. Over her last 2 games, not the last game, but before that, the 2 games before that, she had back-to-back 30-point performance for the first time in her career. She had 34 points, 4 assists against the Fever that Saturday, adding 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 steals in the comeback win over Atlanta with another 34-point game. In that stretch, following that stretch, she is now averaging 20.8 points per game, about 4 rebounds, and 5 assists on the season. She's having a phenomenal season so far. And the New York Liberty are the number 1 team in the WNBA. They only have 2 losses on the season. So they are playing very well right now. And that game against Atlanta, like I said, 34.7 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals. She was 12 of 20 from the field, 4 of 8 from 3, 6 of 8 from the 3-point line. And yeah, like I said, last game was not that great. She did have 6 assists and 6 rebounds, but overall, it was not that. It wasn't a good offensive game. And a lot of people like to talk about Caitlin Clark and her 3-point shooting. Well, Sabrina, remember, she's the one that really started it as far as a consistent 3-point shooter, someone who wasn't afraid to shoot from 30. Now I know Caitlin does it a lot at a higher volume, but Sabrina was really the 3-point specialist when she got in the league. She was the one doing that thing too, and now she bought it. She bought it to the WNBA. You know, defending WNBA champion. She is a baller. So we got to talk about her more. Most people talk about. We hear a lot about Angel Reese, and she's doing something smart. People started to talked about the rebounds, and now she's starting to play a lot better. So now she trademarked the me bounds, and she making merch and stuff off of that, and some of the proceeds are going to get cyberbullying. Caitlin Clark, we know how good she is. Paige Beckers, only rookie with multiple 20-point games this season. So Sabrina needs to be highlighted because she is a dog just like all the others. She is a baller, and she's been playing very well for the New York Liberty, along with Breanna Stewart, of course. This Liberty team they're just really good. They're really good. The last loss was against the Mercury, as I said, who Alyssa Thomas has been leading that team. But, you got John Cole Jones, Natasha Cloud with the New York Liberty. That team is good, man. That team is really good. And who knows? They may be able to repeat this year. The Minnesota Lynx are going to have something to say about that because they believe they should have won the title because of what happened in the finals. But This is going to be a very, very interesting thing to see this season. But shout out to Sabrina, man, being the first dog. This next candidate for Dog of the Week, this guy, I said this as a joke, in the last one, but this guy has been, he's been phenomenal, at least in the Eastern Conference Finals and in the finals so far this year. He is already an NBA champion. He's looking to do whatever he can to win his second NBA title. The first time he was with the Toronto Raptors, of course, in 2019 when Kawhi Leonard was on the team and Kyle Lowry and those guys. And they went and beat the Warriors in that finals when KD and Klay Thompson went down. And, Steph didn't play particularly well. But Pascal Siakam, man. There were a lot of people that were saying that Pascal Siakam didn't deserve the Eastern Conference Finals, even though he averaged 30 in the Eastern Conference Finals. He balled out. So whether it went to Tyrese or him, I think either one of them deserved it. But they gave it to Pascal Siakam because he dominated the scoring and he played really good defense. His defense is underrated, and he could do it all. In the NBA Finals, he's leading the Pacers with 19.8 points per game, 8.3 rebounds per game, 4 assists, 3 steals and plus blocks, 46, 35, and 83 splits. Pascal Siakam has been playing pretty consistent throughout the last 2 series or throughout the finals, throughout the playoffs, honestly. And you probably wouldn't have thought this, but he has the third most points by Pacers in the finals. We all know Reggie Miller has the most at 146. Jalen Rose is right after him. Shout out to J. Rose, 138. And Pascal Siakam is right there with 119. And he's going to give even more in the next game. He might pass Jalen Rose. If he has 20 points, he passes Jalen Rose and most points by Pacers in the finals. In that last game, he had 16 points, 13 rebounds, 5 of them were offensive rebounds. Now, that doesn't look like somebody that has been – you look at it, you don't look at that as finals numbers, but you look across anyone on the Pacers, who's averaging 20 points per game? No one. He's the only one that's close enough. He's been playing pretty consistent throughout this playoffs. And you can't say the same thing for Tyrese Halliburton because Tyrese has had some okay scoring games, but he's only had, maybe 2 games where he had over 10 assists? That's not Tyrese. Tyrese normally averages 10, 11 assists a series. 10, 11 assists a game, and that has not been the case against OKC. If you go look at the last game between the two, Tyrese Halliburton in that last game, sorry, just got to remember what my notes were. Even in the last game, he didn't even have 10 assists. So it's one game so far this year, he's had 10 or more assists in the NBA Finals. He had 5 assists, 14 and 5 in the last game. The only person with a double-double in that game for the Pacers was Siakam. He's averaging more points and more rebounds. He's been the most consistent player for the Pacers, and there's been more talk about Tyrese Halliburton being a superstar, and deservingly so. Don't get me wrong. I think he needs to be in that conversation, whether people believe he is or not. He deserves to be in the conversation because of what he's done, especially in the clutch. But Pascal Siakam hasn't been talked about that much, even though he's a former NBA champion and he's played pretty consistently throughout these playoffs. Now, he's not a dominant scorer. If you look at Pascal, he's not a guy that's going to come in and score 30 points a night. But for him to average 30 points throughout a series is why he deserved to be Eastern Conference Finals MVP. And honestly speaking, unless Tyrese Halliburton goes for 40 or 50 in game 7, if the Pacers win it, I can almost guarantee that it's probably going to be a game where Pascal Siakam has about 18 to 20 points, maybe eight or 9 rebounds, about 5 assists, and 6 of those rebounds might be offensive rebounds. You can't argue that the guy shouldn't be in the conversation to be the Finals MVP because I believe he deserves it if they win it all. Now we get to see what's going to happen tomorrow to see exactly if he is going to be the Finals MVP or not, or if they win it. But Pascal Siakam, baller. So Pascal, even though it looked like you were conjuring spirits, you're a dog. Last but not least, we are here for the final piece of the big dog. The person that really has that dog in him, of course. What's good, my brother? How you doing, baby? I hope you watched the show yesterday because we definitely talked about your boy Brown. So go look at the last show if you ain't see it. The big dog, as I said, has been playing phenomenal for his team. And I'm not even looking at the team's record because it when it comes to baseball, it relies on a lot of things. Scoring, offense, defense, all of that plays into it. But I mean, it's most of my notes were on what this guy has been doing this season. Kyle Rayleigh is the big dog of the week. He's the big dog. He's the guy that's been playing the most phenomenal I've seen throughout any sport. Denzel Clark has some really great plays. There's been some teams that have been winning in baseball, but this guy has just been performing just about every single game. And I believe he's going to be in MVP conversations if he's not in one now. As a catcher, he has 29 home runs so far this season before the All-Star break. That he passed Johnny Bench for the most runs by a catcher before the All-Star, most home runs by a catcher before the All-Star break. And he's done it in 14 less games. He's done it in 73 games. Johnny Bench in 1970 did it in 87 games. Even if you talk about the guy that did it, even if you talk about Ivan Rodriguez, who did it in 2000, he did it in 80 games. He had 26. Kyle Rayleigh has it 29 and 73 games played. There are still more games to be played. So that means he ain't done yet. Not only is he not done yet, the most ridiculous part of this is that he could possibly have more because he had 4 home runs prevented by win this year, which is tied for the most in the majors. So just imagine if the win didn't affect it, he would have 33 home runs right now, which would mean he would probably be in the lead by a wide margin. That's the craziest part about it. He has 6 multi-home run games this year. The only players with more before the All-Star break are Reggie Jackson, who did it in 1969, Aaron Judge, who did it 3 years ago, Albert Pujols, and Luis Gonzalez. The last 3 I named are tied with 7. Reggie Jackson has 8. And you know the most ever done in a season? By a catcher is Javi Lopez. the most multi-home run games in the season by Mariners in Mariners history. The only person ahead of him is Ken Griffey Jr., and he's done it 3 times. He is tied right now with Alex Rodriguez for what Alex did in the season in 1999. It's not even the All-Star break yet. It's just June. And he's playing this phenomenal. His 29 home runs are 4 more than any other primary position catcher in his team's 74 games of a season. Ever. For the year, as you can see, he's number 1 in home runs on the season in the majors. He's batting a .273, which is pretty good. 63 RBIs, which is 3rd in the majors. And he is 2nd in OPS at 1.025 in the entire majors. Then if you want to look at the splits of how he's doing at home or away. On the road, he is batting .290. With 15 home runs away and 30 RBIs, which means it's pretty even across the board. That leaves him with 14 home runs at home and 33 RBIs at home. So it doesn't matter if he's on the road or at home, he is dangerous. He is dangerous either way. In the last 7 days, he has 6 runs, 9 hits, 3 home runs, and 10 RBIs in the last 7 days. He is on pace to have 162 hits, 112 runs, 63 home runs, 138 RBIs. Do y'all know how great that is for a catcher? And how great that is for a player? Aaron Judge just had 61 home runs just a couple seasons ago. And he's on pace to do better than that. I'm sorry. I think it was without question for me to name him the big dog of the week because he's playing out of his mind right now. Kyle Rayleigh is just, it seems like whatever you do, you might want to pitch around him. But then you don't want to look like a sucker and not pitch to him. But then you might cost your team. So it's like, what can you do? I don't know. But Kyle Rayleigh, you are the big dog. Appreciate you everyone for tuned in. If you are not already subscribe to my channel. I will see you guys on Tuesday when R2L is live again at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, y'all have a great weekend. Enjoy today, and let's see who wins the NBA Finals tomorrow. Peace out.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.